Oh, hello. I just wanted to wonder if anybody else had thought that perhaps we become more neurotypical as we get older, particularly if we're late diagnosed. Um, and I just, it was just a thought that came to me that maybe it's just taken us longer and a lifetime to learn the rules. It's been a gradual process, but I think from my 40s onwards, I sort of got how neurotypical people work. Or I got the rules, but it just took me longer to get there. Does that make sense? So a bit like taking longer to read a book, which I'm always talking about. It just takes longer for us to know the rules, the things you're supposed to say in social situations, the words to use. Even now I have to think, but some of it comes so much more easily. I think back to being a child and young person and how bemusing it all was, how other people were so much more at ease with each other and the spoken word and knowing what to say and how to be. I mean, it still does bemuse me at times, but not as much. I usually know, what's an insensitive thing to say or what's an unacceptable thing to say in a situation because of patterns. We're supposed to see patterns, right? So when we've been in a situation many times before, we can think, oh yes, I recognize this. This is how it goes, and this is what I need to say. I'm not saying it always works, but there's a contradiction here. On the other hand, unmasking might make us more blunt and upset more people because we're tired of masking and people pleasing. So there's this contradiction here. So we might become more quite not outspokenly, but neurodiverse. So there's always a contradiction. So again, nuance and gradations. In other ways, I feel I'm becoming more autistic. So yes, in some other way, in some other ways, as I get older, like wearing the same clothes. Although this is maybe to do with other physical conditions and needing more routines, being less adventurous. I said in a previous blog as well, and how do you know what's just age? So, and what is to do with these other coexisting conditions or ADHD, the ADHD side, and how do you disentangle age from all these other variables? Anyway, this is just me musing aloud, but I hope it will resonate. And how about you? I'm particularly interested to hear from other mature people and whether this is your experience too. Either way, whether you feel you're becoming more neurotypical in like the examples I gave, but in other ways perhaps more autistic. And I suppose this blog is just to saying we're not a static, they say you're born, that's how you've always been or, they look back for your childhood to do with autism. And, but, sorry, but is it so static? I think we evolve, so we might move along the spectrum in more towards one way in some ways and more towards the other in other ways. So that's my thoughts for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.